So let's delve into it and find out when, why, and who designed our constitution. Now, before India came under British rule, it was a collection of princely states, each of which had their own law based on separate religions, philosophies, and even ideas about beauty and art. When the British came into the power, they ruled colonial India with a set of rules and structures of government that was similar to their own. After India became independent, the rulers realized that this new code would need to take into consideration the diversity of the land. They used the existing British model of government to set up a new framework that catered to the needs of various communities of India. So the need of the hour was to frame a constitution. Now, what is a constitution? A constitution is a document that establishes the political values, the power of government, and the right of the citizens of the country. It is the supreme law of democracy that is used by the Prime Minister, his cabinet of ministers, and the courts to govern the country. Moving on, in India, the task of framing the constitution fell upon Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, or popularly known as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. But before we directly delve into the matters of Indian constitution, let us first understand the constitutional design of a democracy, the need for democracy, the amendments required in the same, and the values that shape the constitution in a democratic state. One recent instance of designing constitution for a democratic state is that of South Africa. So let us find out what happened there and how the South Africans went about this task of designing their own constitution. Talking about the South African struggle, do you know who said this? I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if it needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die, unquote. Yes, this is none other than Nelson Mandela, the South African leader who fought for equal rights for the blacks. He was tried for treason by the white South African government, and he, along with 7 other leaders, was sentenced to life imprisonment in 1964 for daring to oppose the apartheid regime of his country. And he ended up spending the next 28 years of his life in South Africa's most dreaded prison, the Robben Island. Now, what is apartheid? Apartheid was a name of a system of racial discrimination unique to South Africa between 1948 and 1991. During the 17th and 18th century, the white Europeans imposed this system on South Africa, and the trading companies from Europe occupied with its arms and forces, the same way in which they occupied India. But unlike India, a large number of whites had already settled in South Africa and became the local rulers. So the system of apartheid divided the people and labeled them on the basis of their skin color. The native people of South Africa are black in color. They are made up of about 3/4 of the population and were called blacks. Now, besides these two groups, there were also people of mixed races who were called colored, and people who migrated from India. And the white rulers treated all non-whites as inferiors. Also, none of the non-whites had voting rights. Now, the apartheid system was particularly oppressive for the blacks, and they were forbidden from living in the white areas. Further, they could work in white areas only if they had a permit. Trains, buses, taxis, hotels, hospitals, schools, colleges, libraries, cinema halls, theaters, beaches, swimming pools, public toilets, almost everything was separate for the whites and blacks. They could not even visit the church where the whites worshipped. And to top it up, blacks could not form association or protest against this terrible treatment. Therefore, then came a time when the black majority decided to take revenge on the whites for all their oppressive behavior in South Africa. Let us find out how did this struggle evolve.
Tutormate. For more amazing video lectures, download the free app on Apple App Store or Google Play Store.